In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and peace be upon you. On this Friday evening in Pakistan, this is day one of Asim Munia's de facto Form 47 military rule. There are quite a few important news updates. For instance, from the battlefield, it appears that minor skirmishes between the US and Iran have resumed. There is also talk of an attack on Tehran, and smoke can be seen rising from Dubai airport. Alongside this, we have a video received in which Pakistanis are shown being deported from the UAE. Then, a message from the Assistant Commissioner of Lahore has been leaked, which concerns Maryam Nawaz Sharif. We will present that to you as well. It's an interesting story. Next, what's happening in the battle for truth? The Indian flag has been taken down and replaced with the Pakistani flag. Which post have we captured? Which fort has been conquered? I want to present this to you as well. This is another story from Peshawar about Meena Khan Afridi and Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi, both of whom are from Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi has written a letter which has been reported by Adil Raja. This story is also his, and he is the one who reported the letter. Now, through him, we have received this letter on social media, which we are presenting to you. This letter was written by Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi to Meena Khan, who is a senior minister in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government, telling him that there is corruption happening in his department. It is quite clear that Meena Khan Afridi is the one being accused here. It is stated that 32 companies submitted bids for a procurement contract, and 31 of them were eliminated, just like pulling a hair out of butter. This is mentioned in Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi's letter. 32 companies submitted bids, and 31 were dismissed. One company was left, and the contract was awarded to it. But Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi says that the one company that remained is actually blacklisted. So it is a direct accusation against Meena Khan Afridi and his ministry or department of corruption. Now, Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi also mentioned that this is a 3-member committee, in which one member is Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi himself. Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi is from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He has also served in the cabinet as an advisor on accountability. Before that, when Chaudhry Pervez Elahi's government was in Punjab, he was also an advisor on accountability there. Prior to that, he replaced Shahzad Akbar as the advisor on accountability in the federal government as well. Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi is retired from the Pakistan Army, and now in the letter he has written, he also mentioned that in this committee, one member is Brigadier Sahib himself, the second, and then a very senior and well-known lawyer, Qazi Anwar Sahib. Now, in this letter, it was written that Qazi Anwar Sahib was unwell, his health was not good, so he could not attend this meeting. Brigadier Sahib and Shah Farman Sahib sat together, discussed the matter, and wrote this letter. You have understood the contents of the letter. Tenders were awarded, contracts were given out. During Meena Khan Afridi Sahib's tenure as minister, 32 companies came forward, 31 were. They say that the internal inquiry you initiated was a good step, but whatever came out of its proceedings, share that with the media as well as with us. And repeatedly, they mentioned that Imran Khan Sahib had formed this accountability committee, and we want to hold you accountable. On behalf of the party, a sort of supervisory structure or forum has been created so that your performance. It's a very interesting letter. Now, on one hand, we would advise Meena Khan Afridi Sahib to absolutely fulfill Brigadier Sahib's request in a very transparent manner and bring everything to light. Here we would also say that Meena Khan Afridi is constantly under a barrage of accusations. As the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not necessary that Meena Khan Afridi himself is involved in corruption, but it's quite possible that someone in his department is. In politics, corruption, politics, and the state, they go hand in hand. There are many people about whom we would never even imagine that they could be corrupt. But often in reality, it's not just a few, but actually most people whom we never suspect of corruption when given their first opportunity end up committing such acts. Now, Meena Khan Afridi Sahib has been facing allegations on social media for quite some time. But one response to this is that they are close to Murad Saeed. And at the same time, he is also very close to Sohail Afridi and is a senior minister as well. That is why the Ali Amin Gandapur group is targeting him. These are all allegations. No one has any proof of this, but on social media and from people who text me and send me material, which I don't know whether it's true or false, right or wrong, but a lot of material comes in. All of them claim that Meena Khan Afra There is a lot of development work happening, so there is a lot of corruption going on there, and allegations are also being made against Mena Khan Afridi. Now, this is one side, that Mena Khan Afridi should present everything about this matter completely crystal clear before the public. Having said that, this is one side which I have clearly stated, and if there is any corruption, we will condemn it and will fully expose this corruption as well. This is our belief, the belief of our party and our leader. Now, let's look at the other background. Let me also tell you about this committee. First of all, it is clear that Imran Khan was informed in jail that there is a lot of corruption happening in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government. So a committee should be formed to catch those involved. He then notified the formation of that committee. The committee that was notified first targeted those people who at that time were considered opponents of Ali Amin Gandapur within Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Taimur, for example. Taimur Salim Jagra is a very respectable and well-educated member of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. He is a man of such stature that even his opponents praise him, but even he was accused of corruption. Then the same committee started an inquiry into him. Things got very heated. Taimur Salim Jagra publicly responded to this and accused both directly and indirectly the committee and the people sitting in it of doing all this at the behest of Ali Amin Gandapur. Similarly, Atif Khan, he too is associated with Ali Amin Jia. In the same way, action was taken. I myself had a long conversation with Brigadier Sahib about this. This is an old matter, about 6 months to a year ago. No, about a year and a half ago. So I spoke to him myself. And I also requested him regarding the allegations being made against him, that he has become a part of Ali Amin Gandapur's camp and that he is targeting their opponents. Of course, there aren't actual killings happening here, but metaphorically speaking, that's what is being said. Anyway, he gave his response saying, no, that's not the case. We are doing everything on merit. Now, regarding this letter, even those like Adil Raja and others who are behind this story believe that Ali Amin Gandapur is also involved behind the scenes. Whether he is or not, we don't know. And whether Suhail Afridi, actually whether Mena Khan Afridi has really committed corruption or not, we don't know that either. But Brigadier Sahib could have dealt with this matter in another way. It was in his office. He could have completed the inquiry and informed us about it and handed over this letter to them by hand, telling them not to make it part of the office record, just keep it in their pocket. We also attached it to our file so that it would serve as evidence to show Imran Khan Sahib tomorrow. It seems as though the letter was issued because the way it came out, so clean, neat and without a single crease, that only happens when it is printed directly from here. The printout comes out from there and then a picture is taken and sent. Now, it's not necessary that I'm saying Brigadier Musaddiq Abbasi Sahib or that Shah Farman Sahib did this. It could also be that someone in their office, the one who took the printout, took a picture and sent it to someone. So this targeted killing that's happening here, who knows who is targeting whom? But one thing is certain, there is definitely some kind of fire here from which this smoke is rising. All I will say is that all parties should be a little careful while carrying out their own targeted killings, whether it's corruption or something else. Or is targeting others because Imran Khan Sahib is in jail. His eyesight is 85% gone in one eye, and whatever is happening to his wife is also in front of you all. The oppression being inflicted on them, their cases are not being heard. In such a situation, if the public finds out about everything that's happening, it will be a very shameful situation. Even more shameful would be if in reality corruption is actually taking place somewhere. So this Then let us tell you some very interesting stories from Lahore, Peshawar and Islamabad, as well as the messages that are being leaked. First, on the battlefield right now, the defense system over Tehran, which intercepts missiles and aircraft, has been activated. Videos of this are now being claimed by people saying that there was an attempt to attack over Tehran and the interceptors intercepted it. Perhaps they used new interceptors, whatever they're. A video has also emerged from that city. Along with this, in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran claims that they have seized 1 or 2 ships. Then America says they have targeted some Iranian ships, and Iran says they have targeted some American ships. Then in the UAE, smoke can be seen rising from Dubai airport. There are also some old videos, but now it's unclear whether these are old That's why we're presenting this to you. That smoke is also rising from Dubai airport. So it seems that minor skirmishes are starting up again. As I mentioned earlier, neither party wants a major war, nor is it in their interest. President Trump has once again stated that the ceasefire remains intact. He said these minor skirmishes keep happening, and regarding the Iranian ships or whatever else we targeted, Iran says that our installations and civilian areas are being attacked and that this is a violation of the ceasefire. Similarly, the UAE says that they are intercepting Iranian missiles and that this is a very dangerous situation which could make things worse. On the other hand, an Iranian member of parliament has said that they no longer see the UAE as a neighboring country but as an enemy state. He made this statement Once again, drones and missiles are being launched at us from Iran. Earlier, a day before, the situation had arisen where perhaps Saudi Arabia President Trump had announced that the Strait of Hormuz would be forcibly opened. In response, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, etc. said that you cannot carry out such operations from our airspace or bases. But now there is news again that no, Saudi Arabia did not say anything like that and that operations can be carried out from there. So all of this is happening on the battlefield. This is happening. I just wanted to inform you so that you stay aware of what is going on around us. My opinion is still the same, that a deal will be made, even if it's a minor one. From the very first day, I have been telling you that there will be escalations, there will be bombings and skirmishes between both sides, but overall it seems to us that this agreement will happen. However, this agreement will never be permanent. It will be a kind of semi-freezing situation, which unfortunately will continue to bleed and from which blood will keep flowing. This is a misfortune for the entire world. And the situation with oil prices and global inflation is right before your eyes. Now let's move on to today's other interesting news items that I wanted to share with you. First of all, let me present to you a message from the Assistant Commissioner of Lahore. Please read this message. And then there is this banner or picture of Maryam Nawaz Sahiba that he has. There are filters applied to this picture in high resolution, heavily edited, and you know that budget doesn't really have that much time, so the person who applied the filter has done quite a job. This picture was given to the Assistant Commissioner, and he was also ordered to tell all the traders that whoever wants to do charity should display this picture of Maryam Sahiba and promote the Marki Haq campaign to appreciate and praise it. Now, I don't really understand where was this competition anyway? It's possible, you know, that she was distributing food to the soldiers fighting on the front lines right now. It could also be that when we launched those missiles, she lit a fire underneath them so that the missiles would heat up and launch properly. And it's also possible that she made sure the people launching our missiles didn't accidentally send them toward India. Its range is 450 kilometers. They said that Delhi is 409 kilometers from Pakistan, from Lahore, so Pakistan said that. So those Patwaris were discussing among themselves. These are people from the Noon League and many close to Maryam Nawaz. They were debating this on Twitter, and their tweets are still there, that if we launch this missile from Lahore, since the missile has to travel 450 kilometers, its range is 450 kilometers, and Delhi, then it will fall 41 kilometers ahead. So what will we do then? Now, you might think that the Patwaris, the people around Maryam Sahiba, are crazy or uneducated, but that's not the case. They are very clever people. They even came up with a solution. In that same discussion, those Patwaris said, no, we won't do that. Okay, the missile's range is 450 kilometers and Delhi is 409. So from Lahore, 41... I said, isn't that something? Just make sure, you fools, that you don't end up dropping it on Lahore itself. What if Sister's aim is a little off? Now, I don't know whether Sister has set the missiles straight or upright. You know, missiles can also fall off course, right? Because you never know, it might go in some other direction. So Sister has really given them a proper talking to, set them straight, and made sure they're aimed exactly at the target in India where they need to go. It makes sense for the field marshal and maybe for the air chief and the naval chief too, since this is their whole war program and that's how they became field marshals. But Sister says, no, my pictures should also be displayed. And the assistant commissioner is telling all the business owners to put up these pictures. At the same time, Chaudhry Sahib has everyone lined up with a stick, including the TV people, and is running ads for free. And Maj, the TV channel's message, saying that they are kicking away our livelihood with these advertisements. We were supposed to run ads for private companies, but they shut those down and are making us run their ads for free so that we praise the field marshal and this entire system. The same thing is happening with newspapers. They want us to promote their narrative in this way. Now let me show you some scenes from Peshawar. Please pay attention. The scenes from Peshawar are interesting. We used to hear about this in school, but here actual soldiers are being used. At first I thought this was some Indian joke. It could be Kashmir or somewhere with the Red Fort, or maybe a place in Srinagar, Kashmir, where the Indian flag was hoisted and we took it down and raised the Pakistani flag instead. But later it turned out that this was the Imran Khan Cricket Stadium, not named by the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government nor by the generals as Imran Khan Cricket Stadium, but rather called Peshawar Cricket Stadium, where at this moment the Marka-e-Haq program is underway. Kids, when they act like soldiers, it looks cute when they do these things. But in reality, when actual soldiers do such things, it doesn't look good. So a proper skit was performed there, a dramatic setup was staged. ISPAR has already faced accusations. People have often accused them of running the Green Channel and producing all sorts of such dramas from there. So those accusations were already there. And now the flag was put up there, it was pulled down and thrown away, and the Pakistani flag was hoisted in its place. This task was made to be done by little children dressed up in military uniforms. It looks nice that way. But still, if you really want to do it, then don't take down the real flag yourself. I mean, I'm not saying you can't take it down, or that you aren't capable, or that I'm speaking against our army. But what I'm saying is that real soldiers look good doing real work. Real soldiers look good doing real work. Give this kind of task to the youth, to college students, to the college. Give it to female students, give it to male students, give it to them together, give it to young children, to school kids. It just doesn't make sense. Then, in Lahore, preparations are happening at full speed. Huge screens, speakers, millions of rupees are being spent there as well. In Islamabad too, fighter jets are performing stunts, helicopters, planes, all are showing off their maneuvers. The narrative of truth is being promoted. On the other hand, just 3 days ago we were told, and when Azma Shirazi asked this same question to the DG ISPR, he replied, "We are an instrument of violence, mashallah, and it is the public and the orderly who are supposed to use us. The orderly we have appointed is supposed to use us. How? That's up to them." And when asked about Kashmir, that you have very good relations with Trump, so why not get Kashmir liberated now, he said, "The Kashmiris have to do their own work, whatever it is. We are not going to do anything." Everyone knows what the decision is. So now it's the Kashmiris' responsibility, not ours. So we're not going to liberate Kashmir either. They've stopped the water. And as for us, we were supposed to cut off their air supply, but even then we said that when the Kashmiris manage to liberate Kashmir, then all the rivers will be ours. 6 in total, and we'll decide who gets water from which river. So now the Kashmiris are supposed to open up this water for us too. But as for us, we've already taken down the flag here, the helicopter. Now let me quickly present to you the scandal that everyone is talking about. But before that, I want to show you a video, actually 2 videos, that will give you an idea of what's really going on in Pakistan. Watch this first video, in which a journalist is asking a question. Ayaz Syed is asking a question to Mirza Aslam Beg. This question was asked when he was retired, obviously many years ago, several decades ago. He had retired decades ago, and he had appeared before the Supreme Court in the Asghar Khan case, which involved the formation of the IJI and the distribution of money. Take a close look at exactly what questions were asked of Mirza Aslam Beg there, and observe carefully how he responded to each of them in a very particular manner.
You have been given democracy. Don't you think you should return this democracy to the people?
Don't talk nonsense. Ask for permission before you speak to me.
Sir, that's exactly what I'm asking. I'm just asking you a question.
I won't answer. I won't answer about your democracy. Talk about the issues of the country. I have already answered. As for what happens in the Supreme Court, that's a separate matter.
But sir, your democracy was given to you by the government, and you were accused of distributing money against that very government.
You better stop that right now, or I'll show you exactly what I am capable of.
Sir, I am simply trying to ask you a question. So tell me, sir, would you be willing to return your democracy then?
She doesn't listen, man. Should I tell you something?
Sir,
You've seen it. This is Pakistan's former army chief. He could have just stayed quiet and left, saying, This matter is in court. I don't want to talk to you. Let the court decide. And simply walked away. But instead, he was getting physical. This is the situation. This is our composure. This is our mindset. This is how much tolerance we have. Now, on the other hand, let me show you the condition of the British Army Chief or the head of the British military. Watch closely. You need to watch this closely. See how the reporter interacts with him. They don't use those kinds of words at all. Admiral Sir Tony Radakin is the Chief of the Defence Staff, serving as the professional head of the British Armed Forces and the primary military advisor to both the Secretary of State for Defence and the Prime Minister. In this vital role, he is responsible for the strategic direction of the nation's military operations, ensuring the United Kingdom remains prepared to meet evolving global security challenges and maintain a strong national defence.
A journalist says, I have recently obtained some very interesting information from a newly declassified document. We have been talking for several months now about the specific role of the Air Force's ongoing reconnaissance operations that you are currently conducting near the Gaza Strip and sharing directly with Israel. Is there anything at all you can tell us today? Are there any specific details or further insights that you can share with us at this time? If not, that's perfectly fine. Thank you. I certainly understand that this is a very important and sensitive issue regarding the Prime Minister of Israel. What exactly has been said about the act of sharing sensitive information with a foreign country, or perhaps even with another foreign country? Is this the primary reason why you all choose to go into the military service? Does it significantly affect your own personal and private affairs? What has been said about the simple act of sitting at home with your family members? In the past, we have frequently had very senior military officials visiting from Britain. They serve both in the military and in Parliament. But they often do not like to answer direct questions from the general public about why the Royal Air Force has been actively operating near Gaza. Along with that, why does he ask us to support Israel in a blatant, hellish situation while a genocide is being investigated, a situation that the Prime Minister knows will soon be exposed by the investigation into this hellish act?
This, as you can see, is the current state of affairs. Even though we have put up the Queen's picture, all of our traditions remain exactly the same as they have always been. You continue to play the same brass band music and perform the same rhythmic chants, and we play the same music as well, just as it was done in the days of the past. Everything there is just like that. Under the Queen, sovereign is also written, even though now we ourselves are sovereign. But we still consider ourselves subservient under that same sovereign Queen. Then the civilian too stands there with folded hands, wearing a cap, poor guy. All of this is right in front of you. We are just like them, but many of our actions are not like theirs. They do not treat their citizens the way we do. We have nothing to do with politics, so I am presenting all of this before you. What happened? This is the whole story. You all know about the election that took place in the 90s and how, allegedly, the ISI distributed money on the orders of the army chief at that time. The army chief then was Asad Durrani. Later, Asad Durrani was made ambassador to Germany. When he was ambassador there, who was previously the ISI chief, when he was appointed ambassador to Germany, probably in 1993, he revealed that in 1993 or 1994, he submitted an affidavit stating that Mirza Aslam Beg had given him 140 million rupees, which by today's dollar rate would amount to several billions, and told him to distribute this money among politicians and to ensure that Benazir did not win under any circumstances, because it was believed that her victory would be against the broader national interest, so she had to be defeated. That is why this money was to be distributed among the other politicians. This is what he stated in his affidavit. Then, in either 1996 or 1998, the former Air Marshal, who has since passed away, may Allah grant him paradise, Air Marshal Asghar Khan, filed a case. The case was that the Supreme Court should make a decision on this matter and that Mirza Aslam Beg should be court-martialed and if my memory serves me correctly regarding the historical legal record of the country, I believe it was actually Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry who personally made the final judicial decision on this specific matter. It is quite a well-known fact that he originally picked up this landmark case back in the year 2012, and he proceeded to examine every single detail of the evidence presented before the court at that time to ensure that a fair and balanced ruling was eventually reached for all parties involved in the litigation. Air Marshal Asghar filed this case in 1996. When the Supreme Court picked up the case and summoned everyone again, the then DGISI, General Asad Durrani, appeared in court and submitted a fresh affidavit once more. This time he didn't just admit that money was distributed, he also revealed who received the money. He said that in 1990, when the dollar was 21 rupees. Now just look at how much that has increased over time, and you can estimate how many billions those 14 crore rupees would be today. At that time, $1 was 21 rupees. 14 crore rupees were distributed at the behest of Mirza Aslam Beg, who was the army chief. The money was distributed to form the IJI and to defeat Benazir, all under the pretext of serving the broader national interest, as the DGISI was telling us. The DGIC is Allah's army. This is the army of the common Pakistani. It has nothing to do with politics. He said, we distributed this money and listened to whom we gave it. Mir Afzal Khan received 10 million rupees. Nawaz Sharif received 3.5 million. But understand that this 3.5 million is not just that. It amounts to several crores because at that time the dollar was at 21 rupees. Lieutenant General, retired Rafakat Sahib received 5.6 million rupees for the media. And with that, the media was bought. Sayeda Abida Hussain, this name personally pained me. She should not have taken the money. She was a very respected politician. She should not have taken the money. 10 lakh rupees to Altaf Hussain Qureshi, a very prominent name. The power of music is truly extraordinary, as it flows through the air and fills the room with sound that resonates deep within the human soul. It is a universal language that speaks to our emotions, bringing a sense of peace, excitement, and inspiration to everyone who stops to listen. As the melody unfolds, it creates an immersive atmosphere that captures the imagination and transports the listener to a different world, serving as the heartbeat of our daily lives. 1 lakh to Maulana Salahuddin Takbir Sahib, 3 lakhs to him, then various other expenses totaling 54 lakhs. Then in Balochistan, Humayun Mari received 15 lakhs. Jamali Sahib 40 lakhs, Kakar Sahib 10 lakhs, Akbar Bukti 5 lakhs, Jam Yusuf 7.5 lakhs, Bazinjo Sahib 5 lakhs, Nadim Mengal 10 lakhs, and then there are miscellaneous expenses. Then for MQM, Yusuf Harun and Abdul Hafiz Pirzada, 30 lakhs were given to them, and just like that, small amounts were also given to Arbab Ghulam Rahim, Ghulam Ali and Nizami. They compiled this report and submitted it to the Supreme Court of Pakistan. Now, the good news for you is that Asad Durrani Sahib was then court-martialed. But don't get too happy, he wasn't court-martialed because he broke the constitution together with Mirza Aslam Beg Sahib and rigged the election. No, it was because he had given information to RAW. Together they published a book, and it was for this that he was court-martialed, with the accusation being that he had disclosed state secrets. Just think about it, the one who rigged the election together with others was not punished for that. The only charge was that he revealed state secrets by writing a book, and even then, he wasn't given any real punishment. Aslam Beg Sahib is still alive today, living with all his honor, and he still has everything he received from the army. There is also a Supreme Court verdict stating that he violated the constitution and that action should be taken against him. Remember, Iman Durrani Sahiba said, let me remind you from the corridors of memory that you claim you have nothing to do with politics. With that, allow me to take my leave. May Allah be your protector and helper. Long live Pakistan.